Hey guys, Mark here from Mix It Studios. How's it going? Or should I say, what's up people? Yes, today we are looking at a band called Maximum the Hormone. The song is called What's Up People. This is more of a song analysis than a full-on react, as yeah, I already know this song very well. This is one of my favourite heavier bands. They're primarily like a metal / new metal band, but there's all sorts of other genres that they throw in there, pop punk being one of the main ones, but then like death metal, thrash metal, even J-pop and all sorts. Like they'll constantly surprise you when you listen to this band. Every song is often wildly different from the next, and they're very inventive and creative as a band. They are a Japanese band. They're from Tokyo, I believe. This song is brilliant. Unfortunately, there isn't an official music video upload of this track, so the upload that is on YouTube is quite low quality. It's in 480p, and yeah, the audio quality isn't amazing on it. There's definitely more bass in a higher quality version of the recording. That's one of the most obvious things I noticed. If you like this track, if you've not heard it before and you enjoy it, go check out the original somewhere where you can find it in higher quality. It definitely deserves that higher level quality. We're going to get right into it. This is Maximum the Hormone with What's Up People. Oh, and I should say I was first introduced to this band through this track, through Death Note, the anime. This song was used as the intro music for about half the show's run, and yeah, this introduced me to the band. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to stop it there to begin with. Yeah, so hopefully you've got an idea, if you're not already familiar with this track, what you're in for here. Yeah, it's great. I love how much the guitars dominate the mix. When you listen to their more recent recordings, everything is kind of leveled out a bit more evenly, and the production is a lot slicker. Things are better recorded, but I kind of like the way this does sound a little bit trashy, and it's imperfect in that way. The way the guitars just really dominate everything in the mix. Yeah, it kind of adds to the heaviness of the track, even though some of their more recent stuff is equally heavy. But yeah, it does very much dominate everything. It's all quite closed in. The drums are very trashy sounding, very much reminiscent of that sort of new metal era, you know, where Metallica with Saint Anger, they sort of tried to jump on the bandwagon and everybody ripped on them for having the tin can snare drum. It's somewhat reminiscent of that, but I like that. I like that trashy drum sound. It works here, definitely. Yeah, here in this build-up, you get a slight hint of their pop-punk influences. So yeah, you've probably noticed by now they have multiple lead vocalists, so mainly the guitarist and then their other vocalist. So the guitarist does more of the sort of like clean singing, but it's still, there's a lot of distortion in his voice. It's very much like a rock slash metal vocal, a bit more sort of pop punk influenced, I guess. Their other main vocalist, he does the screams. I don't really know the correct terminology here, but yeah, he does the screams, more kind of growls. A lot of it's like very guttural, but he has a very unique way of doing it that I've not really heard like a metal vocalist quite like him. No one really does it quite the way he does, especially with, you'll hear in a minute, he does some quite interesting stuff with his voice and does almost kind of like rap screams. That would be the best way I could describe it. The first time I heard this, and I was kind of like, what? It just wasn't expecting it at all, but in a good way. It's, yeah, very, very cool. The drummer, she also does background vocals, but then she also does take the lead a lot in other songs of theirs. So yeah, let's get back into the song. I like the on the drummer's little background vocal bit, how it's doubled up and panned left and right. There's some nice use of doubling on the vocals in general. Great breakdown. So yes, that was just the bit I was referring to a minute ago with the kind of rap screams, I guess you would call it, and the way he like ups the pitch on his vocal and plays around with the pitch of his vocal. It's very, very clever and very unique. Yeah, with the vocals in general, the doubling on the vocals, well done, and there's kind of a nice use of panning with the vocal doubles on a lot of them. So I like the way the vocals are produced in this track. I'm not a huge fan of double vocals generally, but there are instances like this where the layering can work well, either to make a vocal sound wider or thicker, or just do stuff tonally that you couldn't necessarily get just with, you know, a not doubled up vocal. You can also hear more in that sort of breakdown section on the snare, on the drums, like just how trashy it is. There's so much resonance on it, but that sounds great. It works perfectly for this song. And then I'll stop it again, but nice use there of just, you had the single vocal and then it went back to the double vocal where it then was panned left and right. Little touches like that really make the difference in a song, production wise. Yes, so that was What's Up People by Maximum the Hormone. That ending is absolutely brilliant, how it just descends into chaos. They do a really good job, and I think this is where some of their early recordings capture a certain energy of theirs where it very much almost sounds like, apart from some of the production stuff going on with, you know, layered vocals and such and doubled up guitars, it sounds like as if you were listening to the band in a room, especially with that ending, how it descends into chaos. And, you know, you can hear some of the guitarist's vocals, you can hear him coughing and spluttering at the end of the song. I wouldn't be surprised if a fair amount of this recording was tracked live. Definitely has that vibe to it. If it wasn't recorded that way and it was all fully multi-tracked, they did an excellent job of kind of conveying the feel of, you know, them just playing in a room as a band. It definitely conveys that kind of sound very well. The music video is cool as well. I like the fact that it showcases one of the great things about them as a band, just their crazy energy when they're performing. I would love to see these guys live. Unfortunately, as a Japanese band, they don't really seem to tour much outside of Japan. I've seen that they do a fair few American shows, like at festivals and stuff, but I've not ever really seen anything about them touring in the UK. So I think even once live music starts to become more of a thing again, I think my chances of seeing them live are probably pretty slim unless I went to see them abroad somewhere. Maybe, who knows, you know, one day. I would definitely love to see them live because, yeah, they just have such a intense, crazy energy to their performances. I've watched quite a few live videos, and again, this video captures it well. It's a simple yet effective video. You know, you've got a few other things going on with the dancers and stuff, but it's mainly about just capturing the energy of them as a band playing together in a room, and that's really cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the track. Definitely, if you are new to this band, I can't recommend enough. Just go and check out some of their music. Honestly, start anywhere. All of their stuff is excellent. I would maybe start with some of their more recent stuff, just because I think some of it is a little more accessible in terms of just getting used to their sort of genre shifting that they do in a lot of their tracks. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this, and I will see you guys again in the next one.